Hi, welcome back, scholars, to another episode of Miss Velez Teaches. So, boys and girls, as we're getting ready to draft our first small moment, I want you to go back a little bit and think about this emotional timeline that we created. Now, on this emotional timeline, remember that we had positive and negative words, right? And these are words, these are our emotions. So, just to go back a little bit, let me explain to you what we did. So, these are the positive words, and we came up with excited, relaxed, and funny. These are the negatives, right? The negative words: scared, lonely. So as you created your emotional timeline, right, today's work, you're going to first draft your small moment, okay, using one of the emotions. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. So today, I decided that I was going to use the word scared, okay? That was my emotion that I wanted to choose in order to draft my small moment. Now, I was thinking about a moment that during this whole pandemic, right, during this whole remote learning as well, I was thinking about a moment that I had that I felt scared. And I was able to come up with one day with a really small moment and write about it. So what I did in my notebook is I wrote the topic, scared of the word pandemic. I'm going to share with you what I wrote. And after I share with you what I wrote, I'm going to highlight certain elements that you notice that we have in this writing. And I'm also going to post this so you can use it as an example, okay? It was early one morning when I turned the TV on to catch on the latest news. I heard the word pandemic and heard it again as newscasters repeatedly used it. I knew what the word meant, but only heard it in the movies. I stood almost shocked, just listening, and took a deep breath. I took another deep breath. I looked over at my husband and said, "This is serious." I began to pace around the house, pretending to look for something that could keep my mind occupied. I sat back down and worried. I worried for my elderly parents when I first heard the famous words, global pandemic. I knew I was safe, but I was worried. I was scared for so many others. This was how April 2020 was going to look like. When I was supposed to be in the classroom preparing for the next class. Rather, I was preparing to continue to keep my parents safe. Now I'm going to stop here because this is what I was able to draft using this word scared, right? And during this moment. So remember that we talked about just thinking about this whole pandemic and thinking about what has happened, because this is a document that perhaps in about 4 or 5 years I can always go back to and reread it because it's part of my memoir. It's part of an experience that I lived. Now you can also do the same. I could have chosen another moment, but I decided to choose this particular one. So whatever emotional words you're going to use, you can pick one of those moments and zoom in on, right? Notice how I zoomed in on this moment. What I mean by zoomed in, I just took this moment that I had, and it was a moment I was watching television and I heard the word pandemic. And I didn't talk about all the other days. I just zoomed in that one particular moment as I sat down to watch TV, and I paced around back and forth, and I was able to just take that seed idea, which was that scared, right? That's my seed idea, and I made it grow. I made it grow by just zooming in on that particular moment. So boys and girls, today's work, you are going to choose one of the words, again, one of the words from the emotional timeline, right? It could be a positive, it could be a negative word. And you're going to take that word and you're going to think about a time or a moment that you felt that way. And it doesn't necessarily have to be with what's happening right now. It could be another particular moment. And you're going to zoom in just on that one little moment. You're not going to talk about days and after days and after days what happened, but just that one little moment, okay? And I know that you're going to do this really well, and I can't wait to read your moments. So for today, remember, you're going to draft that small moment using that one particular emotional word, right? It could be positive, it could be a negative word. And you're going to draft your first memoir, your first moment. And you're going to take that seed idea and make it grow, okay? So I can't wait to see your writing. You're going to be able to do the writing on the document that I provided. I'm also going to provide a sample of my small moment so you can look back, and I will highlight those particular areas that are important that you want to sort of zoom in on, okay? Any questions? Remember, just always send me a message. I'm here to help. Bye.